Hello, this is CJ, and this is the Move Push Men's Group, about our fifth or sixth meeting. And our goal is to create and facilitate male friendships and just to hold each other accountable, become better men. So, got a nice group here that's been showing up pretty consistently. So, I'll go ahead and get it started. Kevin, who's with us today, gave us permission to hold him accountable on his resistance training. So I'm gonna start off by asking Kevin how you doing with that.
I'm doing all right. I'm adding a little by little. Last week I doing some push-ups and I started put my weight vest back on when I was walking a couple times a week. I did 30 pounds last week and I did 35 pounds a couple times this week. So yeah, I'm trying to work my way up to about 50 pounds and also, like I said, throwing in some push-ups, some dips, and it's just some swinging the big 20-pound medicine ball around. And yeah, so doing all right, just adding little by little.
So do you have like an organized workout, or are you just kind of winging it?
Just kind of winging it right now. I mean, I
Hmm.
walk every day anyway with the dog, so
Uh-huh.
I've then been throwing that weight vest on a couple times a week. Um, and I feel that. So, but yeah, just kind of winging it on the other stuff. I need to maybe get a set of plan. I think the what I really need to do is get a set time. I think that'll make things a lot easier. It'll be easier to be consistent if I can just get a set time every day.
Do you have a job outside the home, or are you working from home?
I work from home, but I'm in between jobs. I was let my whole team was let go back at the end of March, so um, that's been my job. My focus has been finding a new job. So, but yeah, but I was fully remote. I have been for over a decade, so I'm hoping to stick with being fully remote again. So,
Well, I am as well, and I think we talked about this before. If I get in the weeds on this again, go ahead and speak up. But I like setting my workout in the middle of the day.
mhm.
And I used to, when I had a full-time job and, working outside the home, I worked out early in the morning usually or at night. But the middle of the day, I like a lot. So I just take about a 2 hour break for a workout, lunch, and a shower, not necessarily in that order.
Mhm.
So when you're remote, you can usually do that unless you have to be like on your computer at a specific time. And for those kind of meetings, I can usually work around it. But
Yeah.
yeah, you may want to consider that. All right. Oliver, I know you work out some. Are you a
Yes, I
morning or an
do.
evening workout guy or just whenever, or how do you do it?
I generally go about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Hmm.
I try to get out of the gym before the high school kids get there.
Yeah, I bet. A lot of
Yeah.
testosterone.
That and they just, they come in and they three or four of them get on a piece of equipment, and you know, if you want to get on it, forget it because they all start taking turns. The next thing you know, they
40
all
minutes
got their
later.
iPhones and their smartphones and they're all texting on their phone while they're in the
Hmm.
gym, and it just drives me crazy.
Yeah, I had not worked out at a gym for probably over 10 years. When I started going, in Thailand, and you're right, that's maybe it's a worldwide thing because there's three or four Thai dudes that they'll get on one piece of equipment and hoot and holler and take videos, and I just look for an alternative. I try to have an alternative for each exercise I want to do. So, if they're all over the bench press, I'll use the machine or vice versa.
Yeah, that works
That's
pretty well. Except my gym, there's one particular piece of equipment. It's the flies,
mm, yeah,
and
this one
for the upper back and the chest areas.
and pulling it
And there's
out.
only one machine in the gym that does that, and it's a very popular machine. I've asked them, hey, why don't you put two of these in here? You really could use. They don't.
Yeah, that's. I do think about that sometimes. I wonder how they decide on the machines based on a business approach. Do they? Because it seems like there's about half the machines that nobody uses.
Wait, that's truth. I mean, in my gym, the what do they call those things? The uh,
Ellipticals?
the ellipticals.
Hmm.
There must be a whole row of them, and they're all sitting there empty,
Yeah,
taking up all this space. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you need.
yeah. One thing I do like about mine is that on the first floor is the more popular stuff, and then anything that's kind of fringe is on the second floor. So I go up there sometimes, but not very often.
I walk the
Uh,
treadmill, and that's what I do. That's what I first do when I get to the gym is I warm up on the treadmill, and those seem to get used a lot.
okay. Yeah.
But the ellipticals, not so much. At least in the gym I go to, they don't.
Well, speaking of the gym, I'm not working out at one. I'm back in the US and I decided, I don't want to join a gym while I'm here. It'll be expensive. I could probably figure out a body weight workout. I did last year when I was here. But I signed up for the military calisthenics uh, program that's been, I don't know if you're on Facebook at all, but it's being advertised a lot. Since I look at after exercise routines, Facebook kept feeding it to me. So finally, it broke me down, and I went ahead and signed up for it, and I've been doing that for a week, and it's pretty good. It's more stretching and cardio than I thought it would be, but anyway, it's
Yeah.
about 15 minutes, and then I'm done, and I feel like it's a pretty good workout. So if any
You
of
got
you
a lot
guys
of
want to check it
burpees?
out, not yet,
Oh, okay.
Boy.
though I think that's in the future, and there's an intake, and you say how old you are, and what you're looking to do, and so anyway, I've been burpee free so far, but
They're coming.
they're coming probably. Um, those are tough.
I find at my age, one of the most important things to do after the treadmill is to stretch. Get on the floor and stretch.
There's a stretching, there's a warm up and a cool down in the military exercise as well. I didn't expect that, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, you're right. If I don't, I do some stretches, mostly loosen up my shoulders. Yeah, especially if you have a problem area, you gotta
Low back.
stretch that out first before you get started. I think that's a good idea. I'm not always good at the stretch after. I tend to do my last rep and then walk out. But
Mm.
I do have some walking out to it's a couple blocks to get back to my condo. So um,
One thing I missed is my previous gym had a hot tub
oh
and
yeah.
a sauna, and I miss those because where I go now, I don't have those.
Mm. Oh well.
The hot tub was always nice to sit in after a workout.
Hmm.
I used to like stretching in the sauna after workout. You're already
Yeah,
That's a good
warm and
idea.
then, keep it warm. Yeah.
yeah, I like the sun is
Not really a sauna fan.
Yeah, that's
well, the
surprising
wet sun is
considering you're
good.
from the hot places.
I know you'd think between the desert and the tropics that I'd be more used to it, but I don't care for it.
I like the sauna better than the steam room.
Neither of them actually, but mm,
So I like the steam room. I find it's good for my chest and my breathing.
okay. Well, Craig, I know you're walking the dog. You doing anything else to stay active?
No, I find that quite enough of a challenge.
Yeah,
Of course, you're kind of fighting the dog, aren't you?
No, 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 he's pretty good.
Okay.
Well, I do dog training as well, so that's
Hmm.
that's but um, yeah, I don't know. My body's pretty sore most of the time, so just doing that's a challenge enough sometimes.
Okay. Hmm.
I'm sure if I didn't have the dog, I wouldn't be exercising anywhere near as much as I am.
All right. Well, Craig's dog is holding him accountable. Sounds good. Okay. What else can we talk about? Talk mostly about exercise. I wanted to talk a little bit about um, some things I've been working on. We haven't touched on revenue producing stuff yet, though that is something I did want this group to cover because I think, as men, we're usually interested in that kind of thing. But if it gets too personal or too touchy or whatever, you don't have to answer anything. But, I'll just start with my own situation. Craig and I are similar in that we work remotely for a crypto investment startup. It's kind of hard to describe exactly, but um, we help people kind of onboard people and help them with their computer issues through Zoom calls like this. And then I've also got a kind of a side thing where I teach people how I day trade crypto. So that's something I've done for a few years. And then I've recently started an affiliate marketing program where I'm really really getting into the weeds on how to do that kind of thing using funnels and ads and email follow up and things like that. So if I accidentally put any of you guys on the list, you'll know why, but I probably won't. So I'm curious what, if anything, you guys are doing. Obviously, I know what Craig's doing to some degree. Kevin mentioned briefly that he's kind of between gigs now. I think Oliver's retired. So,
Yeah, I'm retired,
but
but I stay busy.
all right.
So,
You mind sharing what you're working on?
well,
Um, finance wise
in
or
the past, I'll tell you about something I did that made me a really nice income. Have you guys all heard of a company called Craigslist?
Yeah, sure.
definitely. Mhm.
Okay, it's one of the most trafficked sites in the world. And I developed a system a few years ago, and I was using Craigslist as a traffic source. And I was doing affiliate marketing. And I developed a way to get around all the Craigslist rules about you can't open accounts in multiple cities and you can't use multiple phone numbers on one account. And so I figured out a way to do all this, and I had it working really, really well. I mean, it was pulling in sometimes a couple $100 a day. Wow, it's nice.
Mm.
And well, other people started seeing what I was doing, and they tried to copy me. Well, they never all really did it right, and they just ruined it for everybody.
Mm.
The Craigslist started pushing a few buttons and changing things, and all of a sudden, my method did not work anymore.
Bummer.
And just because a few people tried to cut corners and tried to copy what I was doing, I was actually pushing survey sites. You ever heard of survey sites?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
Paid surveys? Well, a lot of these paid survey sites, you can join for free and do surveys and make a little bit of money taking surveys. Well, I was promoting signups at these survey sites, and it was working really well for a while. So affiliate marketing, Craig, I mean, excuse me, CJ, is a very, very viable thing to work on, but it's also very difficult.
Yeah.
You start getting into funnels and website design and email follow-up series and traffic sources and Google ads and Facebook ads. I mean, it becomes overwhelming, to really manage all that.
Yeah, it's been more difficult than I thought it would be, but I'm
Oh,
I'm I'm pushing through it.
you're
So,
not the only one who's wants to try to do that. I mean, because everybody has that dream of
mhm.
opening an internet business that's going to bring in steady income. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's, yeah, yeah.
Well, I wanted a backup plan, and actually just to make some more money to yeah, to keep the remote gig going. What I have now is pretty good, but probably may not be here forever. So,
I'll tell you another thing, it's bringing in a nice set of change for me every week
mm,
is an affiliate program that you're associated with.
oh yeah.
It's I've have 118 signups, or not on, I don't know, they're all signed up, but 118 referrals,
Mhm.
all from a website I built.
Oh yeah.
And these are all organic. I don't know any of these people. They're 118 people that just somehow find my website.
Are you just doing some SEO, or what are you doing with that? I don't think
Um,
you thought you said you weren't marketing it. So,
oh, it's number one in Google. You do this. You do you put in the search term on Google, and I'm ranked
hmm.
number one.
Hmm.
Yep, I'm actually ranked higher than the company that promotes it.
All right.
So anyway, it's worked really well. And what it is, it's a blog, and you have to you work on your search engine optimization. You actually have to put good relevant content on there. Feed the search engine what they're looking for, relevant content. It's amazing. Some of these articles I've posted actually start to get ranked.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Yeah. I love internet marketing. It's a passion of mine. I've never really gotten wealthy off of it, but yeah, it's fun to work on.
Okay. All right. Kevin, what are you looking to get involved with?
Lately, I've been thinking about getting into like swing trading.
Mm,
I do
Oh
get a little
yeah.
discouraged sometimes because I'm just such a newbie. Like
mm.
I need to do a course on trading view. You know what I mean? Like how to use it and stuff like because I'm such a
Oh,
newbie. I
okay.
mean, I have, investments and stuff, but I've never really traded. So that's on my radar. I really need to get moving on that. Um, yeah. So yeah, I've been looking at swing trading.
I was trying to figure out a way to toot my own horn here, but as a swing trader, I've had inconsistent results. And then I've got a 500 some videos up on YouTube on how to mostly day trade, but some swing trade and some instruction on how to use TradingView. But some of those videos are older, like from 2021, 2022, and TradingView's changed since then. So, but
Say,
if you want to email
Kevin.
me and ask me for anything specific, I can probably guide you to something either that I've done or someone else has. So,
Okay, cool. Thanks.
There's plenty of YouTube videos on how to use TradingView.
yep, that's
Um,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, I was looking
Kevin, do
at
you have
that.
a broker that you've signed up with yet for your stocks?
I have I mean I have some Robinhood and some Schwab. So
Okay, okay. Robin's good. I use IBRK.
IBRK.
Yeah, it
I've
has
never heard
a
that one.
really good, robust API that I'm starting to investigate.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah, and
I
I'm
recommend just to start. I don't know. You could try to pick one stock. But I'm finding it's a lot of people that I talk to that are doing this are focusing on the Nasdaq Mini
NASDAQ.
100s
Yeah. Yeah,
and
I see
the
that a lot.
S&P Mini 100s.
Yeah.
So it's a basket of stocks,
Yeah.
and I know some people that have had really good luck with them.
Yeah, my son is pushing me to He does some option trading and some swing trading, and he's
Yeah, the Nasdaq Mini 100 is a futures product. Yeah. So get approved for futures and maybe go down that rabbit hole.
Hmm. I've only traded crypto myself. I did dabble a couple summers ago with index trading. I was trading the Dow Jones and S&P 500, those kind of things. That
Mhm.
didn't go so well though.
It's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, those were the two subjects I wanted to talk about, working out and what we're doing for kind of like side gigs. Um, Craig, do you have anything going on other than what we've talked about recently, or?
Well, yeah, but these other guys don't know what I'm doing. Um, yeah, I'm basically trading like it's my side gig. I'm trading crypto,
Hmm.
and um, I don't know if you quite call it swing trading. It's
I was
probably
just
more.
thinking about that. You're probably the best swing trader in this group right now. So
Yeah, well, is it swing? It's sometimes it's hours, sometimes it's days, but oh yeah, I I don't know. It's not quite scalping, but it's not quite swing. It's sort of in the middle. But I've worked out a system where I just trade one token, and I start with a set amount. So I started actually about Friday last week, so about this time last week, and I've so I started with $500 and it's now at over 2,000. So um,
good results.
Yeah.
that's and no
Yeah.
losses in there either. I just seem to have a system that seems to be working, and it's a bit of it's longing and shorting, um, and reading I don't know if I read the charts that well, but I have a couple of indicators that I look at, um, and I did another account like the one I did before this. I took that from I don't know $500 or $1,000 to $40,000, but I got liquidated. But the other side of that coin is I'd already taken out my house money and banked 20,000. So I wasn't very upset about getting liquidated, although I still lost about $20,000. Um,
Hmm.
Uh,
it didn't bother me.
so you're trading with leverage then?
Yeah, 25x.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's and yeah, it just like there was a stage there where I was making about $1,500 a trade, and sometimes I'd complete that trade twice in a day, down and up. Um, but yeah, I don't know, it just seems to be working. I'm waiting for the really big move that's probably going to, throw everything out. Works really well in a sideways market, which we're mainly in. So yeah, so and I'm feeding the profits out of that. Like when I get profits, I take them off. So I'm just at the stage now where I want to take my $500 out, which I seeded it with, and and then I'll start taking some profits off regularly as well.
All right, cool.
Can you, I don't know if you're comfortable with it, but can you, I mean, how do you pick coins, tokens?
I trade one token, Solana.
Yep.
I
Oh,
don't
okay.
I don't get I used to get sidetracked into all the different ones, looking for the best option, doing what CJ used to do, which was, have all these indicators
Right.
and so on. And I just have simple indicators. I just use the Bollinger Bands and the stochastic RSI. The biggest difference I've done this time than what I've done in the past is I don't look at anything under 30 minutes. I used to trade around 15 minutes and less. Always got caught, always. Um, and I found a really cool thing in TradingView, which is called Technicals, and I use that to just to verify some of my trades. But I throw in a short, or I throw in a hedge trade if it's getting a bit dicey. And I do use our am I allowed to use the name, CJ?
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, our carbon trading platform, but I use it at a very limited level, which means I could just as easily do the same thing on BitGet or Bybit without any problem at all.
Hmm.
It's just I like that platform for um, viewing what's going on and the statistics and so on. Um, I mean, I can show you some if you want, but I just feel that might be getting a bit far from the topic that we're in here.
Yeah, I was looking
No, that's
for
fine.
more of a general
Yeah.
situation, but
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Craig's doing some interesting stuff. He and I have gone over it before, and we trade differently, but he's doing really well with what he just described. So yeah, good stuff there. And he and I both work for Carbon Decay. It's a trading platform. It originally started where it was a competitor of Three Commas, a third party system that can manage your trades. And now it's got some auto trading functions and some NFTs that make profits. So um, those are all things that we're involved with. And Oliver's been involved to some degree as well. So
What sounds to
uh,
me what Craig is doing is more manual trading.
yes.
It's totally manual trading. Yeah. I'm not using any of the features of Carbon,
Mm.
I
except the close trade and using it to add to the trade and so on rather than going to the exchange. I just find it easier. But
Mm.
but that's a convenience thing.
Well, I have to
But
admit,
yeah,
it's a slick interface. I
Yeah.
have to admit, it is a slick interface.
I like it a lot. And I just want to give it like a general overview of it. And if anybody who watches the replay, or if Kevin, you want to reach out to myself, Craig, or Oliver on their experience, feel free. And
the of course the other thing I'm doing is the NFT program, which is a part of
mm,
Carbon. And so when I say I took profit, so I bought two $10,000 NFTs with that, and my total NFT pool now is making $250 a day,
that's sweet. That's
going up going up by 50 cents a day.
mm.
So it's just climbing up really fast.
It's
All
interesting.
right, good stuff.
I,
Yeah.
my carbon
Okay.
affiliate site's making about $40 a day.
Yeah, I'm similar to that too. So, uh, well,
Oh yeah,
let's
I don't know if you want to talk about health.
health.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, as we all get older, it's something we think about more, right? We're not.
Yeah.
I mean, as we get older, we're not as invincible as we all felt when we were 30 years ago, right?
Yeah,
No, for sure.
Father Time is undefeated.
Well, I had my annual physical this week.
Oh,
Yeah, once a year, you go to the doctor. After the lab pulls the blood out of you, and they'd run all these metabolic panels on you. So, yeah, it's interesting. Visit every year, and I got a really good report.
that's
My
good news.
cholesterol's down, my blood sugar is good, triglycerides are good, HDL's good, LDL's good, kidney function's good, liver function. So I guess I'm not going to die anytime soon.
And how did your cognitive test go?
Well, I don't know about that. Hey, I tell you, here in the States, when you're on Medicare, because I've been on Medicare now for 6 years, but so when you go to the doctor at my age, the nurse, checks your blood pressure and does your check-in and stuff. And then she goes, well, I'm going to give you 3 words to remember these words. And then I'm going to ask you a series of questions. And then I'm going to come
There you
back and
go.
ask you
There it
what three
is.
words those were. So they're testing you for dementia.
Yep.
And so she asks you stuff like, what year is it? What day of the week is? They give you a piece of paper and they say, okay, now draw a circle and indicate 10 minutes to 2. So you got to put the big hand in the right spot and the little hand in the right spot. And then after you do all that, she goes, okay, then what were those 3 words again?
Now, yeah, that's interesting because if they ask a young person that, they'd fail because they don't know how to read clocks.
So I passed
E-
all that.
Anyway, that was a joke referring to your president, but that question, it wasn't pointed at you.
Yeah.
What's interesting is my wife comes with me to these visits because she wants to keep me honest. Because she's afraid I won't tell the doctor everything. Because I've had a couple things happen the last year that I probably wouldn't have told them, but when she's there, I gotta tell them. If I don't, she will.
Yeah. I take my Thai girlfriend to see a Thai doctor, but that's more of a translation thing. But most of the doctors there know English. Or maybe she's just in my business. I don't know. All right.
Yeah, well,
It's
she doesn't want to invest her time in someone that's not going to hang around very long.
It's probably a prudent move on her part. So got a lot of
I
time
know.
invested in this guy. I want to make sure he hangs around for a while.
When I get up in the morning, the first thing I do before I do anything else is I check my blood pressure.
Okay, interesting.
I run it. I keep a chart. Every day I write down the time, the readings, and the
Mm,
pulse, and
yeah.
I keep a running log. So when I go to the doctor, I can just hand him a log and says, "Okay, I know you told me it's this much in your office, but this is really what it is when I'm at home." You know, because it
Yeah,
always reads higher when you're in a doctor's office.
that's true. I do that too, but not every day, just a couple times a week. But
Yeah,
Yeah, that's white coat, they call it, right? White coat
white
syndrome when
the
it's
coat
white
higher.
coat
hypertension.
syndrome. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that.
sorry, I think my laptop overheated. It shut off on me, so I'm
Oh
bounced
no.
over to another computer, but I don't have a camera on this one, so sorry, I'm just audio.
Okay,
All
let me ask
right.
you, is it a Hewlett Packard?
No, I got a Lenovo ThinkPad.
Oh, oh, it's Lenovo. Because
Yeah, it's pretty old though. It's a old P15. I think it overheated, so
Mm,
yeah, it's hot in this office, so I'd have the
you can
fan
always
on, but it makes too much noise.
take the
mm,
back cover off and blow it out with a can of air. Get the
Yeah, that's a
dust
good
out of the
idea.
fan.
Yeah.
Another thing too is I find on older laptops, and I work on computers all the time, um, is over time the thermal paste compound that you put on the heat sink where the CPU goes on the heat sink. That thermal paste over time dries out and gets hard.
Hmm.
So you need to actually take the fan off of the CPU, pull the CPU out, clean it up real good with alcohol, and then put new thermal paste down and put it all back together. And that, more times than not, will fix the overheating problem.
Give
Oh,
that a
well,
try.
that's handy to know.
Especially with gaming computers. I can't tell you how many times these gaming computers, they run so freaking hot.
Yeah, but they're always overclocked, aren't they?
And a little tube of thermal paste is cheap. I mean, you can get a little tube for like $4 or $5. It's just a matter of pulling everything apart and putting it back together right. It's not that hard, really.
No, there's always extra screws left over though.
But
There's always one or
Yeah,
that's not a
two.
good thing.
I think I'd rather pay a nerd to do that than try to figure it out myself. But
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah,
thermoplastic.
laptops are hard, but the old system unit boxes are quite easy.
Okay.
Well, about all the computers I work on, laptop wise, the Hewlett Packard's the one that have the most heating problems that I've noticed.
Hmm. Okay. What else can we talk about?
Hmm.
Does anybody have a problem in their lives that they're willing to share with the group, even if it's just some advice or you want to blow off some steam? Or, I mean, I started this as a friendship group, and I like that we've talked about some interesting topics, especially those involving, longevity and health. But I don't think that's what most male friends talk about. I mean, those are, in the mix, but um, are we to the point now we can talk about some deeper stuff? I should think of an example, but
Hmm.
I don't really have one. So I am next week. I'm going to see my uncle and cousin in Atlanta. I'm not sure if that'll affect this or not. I'll be on Eastern time, so it'll be 10 p.m. I should be able to keep that
You got to
time.
keep the commitment.
That's right. So that'll be a
Well,
Thursday. That might be the day we're coming back. Um,
You have a phone.
yeah. Let's see. Okay.
Here's me making you accountable.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're coming back that day. No, we'll still be there. We're coming back on the 30th. So, um, but Craig's right. Got to be accountable. So if I get any pushback from my family on I got to break away for the Zoom call, I'll just say I got to be accountable on this one.
I think getting back to what you just mentioned as far as like a problem, um, for me, it's one of the things is, I mean, the reason I'm here is just because I work remote and just getting older is just a sense of loneliness and,
Mm-hmm.
not really, you know, my childhood best friend died a few years ago. Still every once in a while talk to his younger brothers, but, I live 3,000 miles away from where I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
But even if I was there, I'm not sure how many people I'd still talk to or be close to,
Mm-hmm.
other than talk to real talk. So I think that's one of the things I've really just recently identified. And but being an only child, I think I kind of blow it off a little, and then it kind of hit me recently. Um, that there's definitely a sense of loneliness.
I hear you on that one, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't talk to anybody. I don't know anybody around here anymore.
Hmm. Yeah.
Well, that's why
Like I
we're
said.
here, and I'd like to see everybody use the Telegram group more, or break away for even one-on-one talks, or even say post something in the group, say, hey, I got this problem. Can anyone jump on? Um, Craig and I do have Telegram groups and Zoom calls in our jobs. It seems like we could use this concept in our personal lives as well. Like, anyone out there? Can anyone jump on?
Hmm.
Um, so that would be, uh, yeah, a way to use the Telegram group better. Is there something specific going on that you want to talk about, Kevin?
No, not really. I think part of it too is just is admitting it and then trying to take action.
Hmm.
So the first step for me was joining this group, and then sometimes, like I said, it's hard to just admit it that uh,
Yeah.
you want to
Well,
I'm a man. That's no big deal, but it affects us.
Yeah.
you're
Try to
right.
be friends, but then you got to make the effort in that friendship, and sometimes that's hard.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Craig, you were going to say something?
Yeah, it's something we've talked previously, but I don't know if Kevin was there. Like I've had the same experience, and I've sort of New Year's resolutions or just resolutions at any time. I can't remember which, but I've made the decision to try and get more friends. Like I haven't had that many friends,
Hmm.
and it's really quite hard. You get so far with people, but then it all becomes one way. It's not a true friendship unless it's two way. Um, or they go and move away, or um, there's just different things. And it's I've gone out with the express purpose of joining clubs, joining things to try and make more friends, and it doesn't happen that easily. So you're absolutely right. It is tough.
Yeah. I don't think it's necessary to have a lot of friends. And I say that as sort of an introvert, but having a few good ones that you can talk to, like two or three, I had that off and on in my life, but not recently. So yeah, I hear what you're saying. If I had, well, the goal for me personally with this group is to, to make those happen, those two or three close friends that, um, and we'll see. So far, so good. So, I've got three or four guys showing up to this every week, and I thought there was a slim chance that it might, explode into 20, 30, 40, 50 people, but maybe overestimated the appeal of such a thing. So that's okay.
What
Probably
if
the
we?
appeal's there, but
Mm.
it's just reaching the right people.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the overcoming the fear factor barrier to actually turn up.
Yeah. I just got a message from Andre, who was with us last week, that he likes what we're doing here, but he couldn't make it today. So
You want us to invite other people, CJ?
you can if you want to.
Up,
I I've posted the replays in my Facebook and LinkedIn, said anyone can join, but
yeah.
you know,
Well, I've only told one person, AJ, and he
hmm
didn't never show up.
that's AJ in Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
AJ from
I know
yeah.
AJ. I'd like to see him on here. He'd be a good addition. He's
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 a
kind of
sharp
fun.
cookie. He's another one that we could really learn the NASDAQ Mini 100s from.
Hmm.
He's very successful at it, from what I understand anyway.
Yeah, I gotta reach out to him.
I don't think he's doing much crypto anymore.
No, he messaged me and told me he wasn't. So, um,
Yeah.
but there were a few guys who I know. I sort of consider them friends, people I talk to online that I think would be good additions to this group. And I sent them a message, but they didn't join or haven't joined for whatever reason. Could be inconvenient, who knows? So I might do some more of that, follow up. Um, Nate, I've got two problems in my life. Um, they're neither of them is all that serious, but I thought I'd throw them out here just to kind of give an example. One is that I'm I don't know what my problem is. I'm watching TV with my dad usually at night, something we often do. Usually it's sports, sometimes it's a TV show. And I want to break away and do my mini workouts, but I'm just not comfortable in telling him that's what I'm doing because I don't want to make him feel bad that he's not doing more himself, you know? So I think I need to overcome that and just do that for my own health for one. But today I set my alert to go off and it went off. I went, eh, I don't want to interrupt what we're doing. Um, so I really shouldn't be self-conscious around my father, especially for something that's kind of important. Then the second thing is I'm in my affiliate marketing. I know I need to get into their program more, figure out, and there's just training on how to create funnels and auto emails and things like that. I've gone through it once and it's like, oh my God, what am I thinking? How am I going to do this? You know, I joined this group because there was like a done for you option, but the done for you doesn't quite do what I want it to do.
It
So
does.
it's not creating the email list I want. So I want to get into that, and I've been procrastinating on it a bit. I do want to see if the done for you thing works first before I move on from that, but I'm a little I'm intimidated by the tech in this
Well,
endeavor, so I need to
the tech can be
overcome it.
overcome. I think, TJ, the most important thing is to pick a product that you love.
Yeah, and that I
And
have, but yeah, it's figuring out the tech, and it trips me up, and I shouldn't talk negatively about it. I should just be confident that I can figure it out, but it's something I often procrastinate on. So,
I've tried affiliate marketing before, and I don't want to put cold water on you, but
mm,
what I found was that when you start doing these courses, the people that are doing the courses are doing them because what they were working on has sort of reached its end cycle,
mm,
meaning that what they were doing was working really well, but now it's not working so well. They then start marketing it to sell the concept. So
mm,
what all these guys are doing is selling something. Yes, it works, but it's at the hard stage because everyone else is doing it, and so what you got to look for is the new innovation, the new something that's different than what everyone else is doing.
mm,
And along that line, what I've seen on YouTube recently, and this is like I think the answer to however whatever you're going to do involves AI because you've got to get a step ahead of everyone, and all the good ones are using AI right now.
mm,
And then you think about the Amazon books that that was the big thing a little while ago where everyone was writing books and using AI to write the books and selling the books on Amazon. Well, I've seen a innovation of that, or what I think is maybe an innovation of that, and that's YouTube channels where they're taking stories and they're using AI to create the images
mm,
and create the story.
mm,
And even going a step further, you've got people that are taking well-known commentators like Lawrence, what's his name? Lawrence, one of the big news people, and um, anyway, and they're collating his clips and redoing what he's doing. And it sounds like it's his channel, but it's not. It's a marketing channel. And I hate those things, but I can see what they're doing. They're just trying to get enough views to get their advertising um, hits up and so on. So you've got to do something that's really sort of new and innovative, which is not easy to come up with.
mm.
But so depending on how old the information that you're getting on marketing is, because I'm not sure that a lot of those old systems of the funnels, and particularly if they're email heavy on the way they operate, because I don't know about you guys, but I don't use email anymore. I use Telegram and Messenger and WhatsApp occasionally, but I don't really like email anymore. I get bombarded with so much stuff that I have tried to avoid email. I avoid Facebook.
I will vouch for Craig on that. He does not look at email.
Yeah, so you've got to find a way around those sort of
Mhm.
challenges. Um,
I do think
and
email can be useful in marketing.
Well, yeah, I still think it's the biggest affiliate marketing method out there is
Yeah,
email.
I agree. For me, that's a little different than the problem I mentioned. Though I appreciate what you're
The money's
you know
in the
what you're
list.
contributing. Yeah, with email you can follow up every day. You can provide value most of the time and then sell. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can go with it. So, but for me, it's just the tech portion, getting all the connections correct and working
Well,
reasonably well. That's the problem I'm having. And
well, they say that once somebody comes through your funnel, they need to see your email about 6 or 7 times.
right. Of course, the people saying things like that are selling email programs and funnel
Yeah,
programs.
well,
So, you
but
know,
it works. So,
yeah, yeah, I
especially
think it
if it's
does too.
something
So,
that with technology on the internet now, you'll even it's crazy. I'll talk to my wife about something, and next thing you know, I see an ad for it, and I
yeah, I
wasn't even
was
on the internet. How the hell's that happening? Are
talking
you
to a friend of
listening
mine
through my
today. Same
phone?
thing. Yeah.
Or
All right.
you click on something on the internet, and next thing you know, you're getting a Facebook ad for it because it's these are tracking cookies and you know
yeah, one of the things that for me now is there is so much scamming on products and stuff that I'm not sure, I'm really reluctant to go, to buy that frying pan or that whatever,
Mhm.
because there's so much of it, and some of it's just total fake.
Yeah.
And it's sorting out the fake from the real is just getting really difficult now.
Yeah, you're right. But I love shopping online. I just think
Oh, I
it's so
do
much
too,
fun,
but it
and I
does
because I hate
bother
shopping
me.
in real life. So,
But it
yeah.
does bother me that, every time I
I hear
go, I've
you,
got to think,
CJ.
is this real?
yeah,
I hate
yeah,
going to stores.
yeah,
I think that's a man thing, actually. I hate it too.
yeah,
I just
I
want to
think the only
go
time I
and,
go to stores, my wife drags me to a store.
yeah, yeah. I hear that. All right, guys. Well, hopefully, the examples I gave will generate some issues for next week and thereafter. We're right at about an hour, so
All right.
unless there's something urgent, I was going to wrap it up here. Anything else?
Just real
Yeah.
quick, CJ, regarding your dad, is there any chance if you just said to him, "Hey, I got to break away for a mini workout," that it might encourage him to move
yeah, I
a
was
little
thinking
bit?
that.
Yeah, I thought about that. I thought it, but I also thought it might make him feel guilty because I tried to talk to him about, have a serious talk. He's about like 10 feet from me right now, so it's so candid I
Right.
can be right now. But
Understood.
uh,
Just remember, you can't control how he takes it.
that's true.
You start him off with a chair workout.
That's kind of thing we were talking about.
Well, you
Uh,
should do what you need to do, and if he
mhm.
doesn't want, if he'll do what he wants to do. You can't make him do it.
Can't force him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. I know the answer to this, but hey, I wanted to talk to the guys about it, see what they've and you've confirmed what I was thinking. So ratification is a good thing about a friendship as well. All
Wow.
right. Well, thanks for that, Kevin, and Craig and Oliver for joining me tonight. And I will let you go. If you're watching on the recording, appreciate that. I'd rather see you live. Um, I should be back next Thursday night, and if not, I'll maybe contact Craig, see if he can host, or Oliver or
Yep,
Kevin.
we can do something.
All right, we'll figure it out. See you guys next week. Bye.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Right.